Cardigan Bay Stakes. Heading off to the Northern Derby, this is the Group 1 feature for the 3-year-old pacing boys, and we're highlighting Smolder first of all. We had 2 heats last week. This is Smolder taking out the first Scandalman, the Australian visitor, and of course the winner of the Victorian Derby runs on strongly into third, and Let's Elope sneaking up the trail to get a nice placing in the heat. He also has post 1 in the final, but this is Smolder taking out the first of the Northern Derby heats.
Let's Elope hard held, then followed by Smo, further back Texican, then came Your Good Fortune and Alberto Contador, homeward bound, 200 metres to go. Smolder the leader. Let's Elope is a big danger over on the inside. Wider out Scandalman. Smolder still in front. Let's Elope about a neck away. Then Scandalman. Smolder hanging on. Coming at it again. Let's Elope, but Smolder, gee, it's tough. Smolder won it from second over. Let's Elope third, Scandalman. And behind those...
The winner of 6 from 7, and Smolder, well, he's got the second row draw, Craig, on Friday night. Do you think that will be a hindrance, or is it simply a matter of him just winning?
Well, I think it's not a bad draw, Jess. Initially, when you look at the second row draw, I thought, well, gee, I liked him off the front, but what's in his favourite? He follows out their stablemate, Highview TJ, should get a nice run through from the second row, and I think there will be moves in the race. I think Mark Purdon will get around at the right time. You had to be mildly impressed with the way he performed, Jess, because he looked a beaten horse at the 150. It looks like Let's Elope would get up on the inside of them, but he just out-toughed Let's Elope, and I thought it was a really good win. He hadn't raced for probably 6 to 8 weeks, so you think he's had further improvement in him. They win a sensational 2:40, so it was a very quick time on and off track at rain during the night, and probably not very nice conditions. So I think Smolder, very hard to beat this week, Jess. I think the distance is no problem with him. His main danger may come from Scandalman. I thought a very good run last week. We're going to have a look at Ideal Scott taking out the second heat. Of course, he drew a lovely draw at barrier 1. He ended up trailing Besotted as we picked him up at the 400-metre mark. The leader actually runs off here, Jess, Besotted, and Ideal Scott gets underneath him, grabs the victory. I thought it was a nice win. Besotted in the money. Nice run by Best Deal Yet running into the placings as well. But very good run, Ideal Scott. Unfortunately, he's drawn the second row in the Woodlands Derby.
There's a Fly Like an Eagle. Ideal Scott in front. Coming after it is Best Deal Yet. Ideal Scott just in front, and we'll get it. Ideal Scott from Best Deal Yet. Photos for third. Either Besotted or on the inside, Fly Like an Eagle.
It was a brave win by Ideal Scott, Craig. Of course, he's had a full-on season heading off to Australia, running a brave second at the Victoria Derby. And this is the business end of things for these 3-year-old boys, and heart and courage can play a big part.
Oh, that's right, Jess. And of course, the 2,700 metres makes it a real staying test. I really like the Australian, Jess Scandalman. Had he drawn anywhere but 9, it was a horror draw for him to get, because I think staying for is his go. And I thought it was a great run first up in New Zealand. What he'd ride, 48 hours earlier. First time right-hander, sat in the breeze outside Smolder. Got within a length and a half of him at the line. You think there'd be a lot of improvement in him. Of course, Jimmy Douglas will come across and take the drive on Friday night. He's going to rely on what's going to happen to him inside him with a Let's Elope, but he does leave the gate quickly, Let's Elope, and if they can get through and get off the marker pegs, and I think that's what they'll need to do, because I think there'll be mid-race moves from Fly Like an Eagle and Smolder. I think he needs to get off the marker pegs, Scandalman, but I was impressed with the way he's performed. Having a look at the market now, Smolder 180 to 160. Of course, he went round, I think, $1.20 to win last Friday night. Outside him, you got second favourites. Fly Like an Eagle at $7.50. I think he's the big improver this week, Jess. I think the barrier draw is okay for him. I expect him to go forward. Second row draw, Ideal Scott at $7.50 and Scandalman at $8.50. I think probably the bookmakers have got it right with the way they're priced at the moment. I think probably the value in the race, definitely Fly Like an Eagle and Scandalman, even at the $8.50 quote. If he got off the market pegs, he certainly could win the race like he did in the Victorian Derby. But it's a very good field. The punters elect this stage Smolder. He's done nothing wrong. He probably should be unbeaten at this stage. He's won 6 from 7. And very unlucky when running a place in his other run. So a very good field, the Woodlands Derby. I'm picking Mark Purdon's got a very strong hand in the race, Jess, with 3 or 4 very good runners.
Yeah, he's got 5 in all on the second page. Bronze Seeker at 100 to 1 on the option. Of course, this race reading like a who's who. Formerly first run in 1916 and won by Chid. Last year, Sushi Sushi took it out. Rusty Rascal, Stunning Cullen, changeover, Monkey King. So winning this race is a very, very big indicator as to what may be ahead for these 3-year-old boys. And good luck to everyone with a horse good enough to get in the field for the Group 1 Northern Derby.